Texas Tech University, home of many of Lubbock, Texas's majestic wildlife, including pigeons, squirrels, and Perry's?
Oh, there you go, bud. There you go. There you go. See, you're okay. Bye, Perry.
Now, according to the Natural Science Research Laboratory on the official Texas Tech website, these little creatures, like the one that you can see in this picture right here, they are known as the Vulpes macrotus in biology terms, or kit foxes. Now, kit foxes are actually a very common species of fox found in Lubbock, but what makes them special is that this past summer, in 2023, on the Snapchat class story for freshmen, they were given a name, Perry. And now, there are sightings of Perry all the time, and posted on that story. And now some people think that just because these foxes are all given the same name, that Perry is actually just one fox. So today we'll be diving into how many people believe Perry is just one fox, how many people think he is multiple foxes, and why do they believe what they believe, along with what do those people believe about people with different opinions on the matter. Why do they think that people might not agree with them about Perry being one fox or not? We'll be answering all those questions today. My name is Andrew Garcia, and this is Perry just one fox? So in order to answer these questions, I posted a Google Form survey on the class story, asking people if they believe Perry is just one fox or not. And out of the 76 responses that I got, 73.7% of people believe that Perry is in fact multiple foxes, while 26.3% of people said that Perry is actually just one fox. So we are going to first start off by going over the reasons why people said that he is just one fox, and here we go. So when I asked people in the survey to explain why they believe Perry is just one fox, some of the responses that I got were, he just is. He's totally one fox. I feel like foxes aren't common in this area, because that's Perry. Because it roams around the same place every time. Every fox will always be Perry. Because it's always in the same areas of campus. So as you can see, some people are just joking around whenever they're talking about Perry, but some people genuinely have reasons for why they think he's just one fox, as you can see in these survey responses. And when these same people were asked why they think that some other people may disagree with them and think that Perry is in fact multiple foxes, they said, it's more reasonable. If it was multiple, wouldn't the foxes be traveling together? Maybe because people see the TTU posts at different times and he's in different areas, they may think he's multiple. And my favorite, because they don't believe in magic. So, as you can see, some people, again, are just joking, but others genuinely think that he's one fox, and they can see the other point of view, but they still have their beliefs. But I met a guy a couple weeks ago who had similar opinions like this, so I wanted to get his opinion in person.
Hello, what is your name?
My name is Michael Nelson.
And do you still think Perry is the same one fox?
I do.
And why do you think that?
Because I see him in the same area every other week. He just hangs out near Sneed and Bledsoe. And he looks the same size.
And why do you think that other people think he's a different fox?
I mean, it depends. I guess it depends on where you see them at. Or him at Perry at. Since I only see him here in this area, I think it's one, but I guess if you see him in another area, there could be multiple.
Alright, cool. Thank you for your interview, Michael.
Thank you.
So according to the survey responses and in the interview with Michael, the people who think Perry is just one fox usually think that because they usually just see Perry in the same areas of campus. But they also think that the people who think he's multiple foxes think that because Perry may also travel around sometimes. So those people think that there's different foxes that live in different areas. But the people who think he's just one fox, they stand with their opinions and they have their reasons to think that. But let's see what the people with the other opinions who think he's multiple foxes have to say in response to these questions. So when the people who think that Perry is multiple foxes were asked why they think Perry is not just one fox, they said, foxes live in small groups, I think. I've seen multiple foxes together in one place. Where there's one fox, there is more. I think it would be silly and whimsical if it was. The population of foxes is higher in rural areas, and since Lubbock is smack dab in the middle of nowhere, many wild animals are prevalent in Lubbock. And when those same people were asked why they think that other people may think that Perry is just one fox, they said, "It's more fun to believe in it's just one fox. It also makes it easier to bring everyone together." I think it's a cool tradition thing that people have just went along with, because it would be funny if it was just one fox named Perry. I think people think it's just one because they only see one and they both look the same. People think it's only one due to the ongoing joke. And I think that some people only see one of them at a time and assume that there is one in the absence of contradicting evidence. So now that we've seen what the people on the Google form say, what does somebody who has these opinions think about these in person?
What is your name?
My name is Alex Corrali.
And do you think Perry is just one fox?
I do not think Perry is just one fox.
Why do you think that?
Okay, well, on a campus this large, it's hard to imagine that only one fox uses it as its habitat. And then the accounts of seeing Perry in multiple places, unless he can run really, really fast, is impossible. And then Perry has also been seen as multiple different colors. That's secondhand. And then firsthand, I was chasing a brown fox, and then I turned the corner and there was a black fox, and I started chasing that one. So I know for a fact that there's multiple different foxes, but they're all Perry.
Now, some people would argue that Perry is the same fox that everybody sees on campus. Why do you think that they think that?
I think some of them think it is a meme and they're just messing around, but I probably imagine some think of it legitimately, and it's hard to explain stupidity, but maybe they grew up in a city environment where there aren't many wild animals and they don't understand that how distribution of animals works, and that this area this large has to have multiple animals on it, foxes of the same species.
All right. Thank you for your interview, Alex.
You're very welcome.
So as we saw in the interview with Alex and through the survey responses, the people who think that Perry is multiple foxes usually think that because they've seen multiple foxes together at once, so they don't really have any reason to believe that he's just one. And they think that the people who think that Perry is just one fox think that because they don't really have evidence that he is multiple because they've only seen one fox before, or they're just going along with it as a joke because it's funny to imagine just one fox named Perry. So that's their opinions. But as I was making this big old video, I posted on the story asking people to send in pictures and videos of Perry, like this picture right here. And I got a response from somebody named Kat, and turns out she is the person who named Perry at first. So I wanted to get her opinions on all of this that I've been talking about. And so you gave Perry his name, right?
Yes.
Now, how did that happen?
So somebody posted on like the TTU 2027 story and was like, we should name him. And I was like, Perry. Why not Perry? Because like Perry the Platypus is the first thing I went to.
As you were creating the name, did you have the assumption that he was one fox?
I was not yet on TTU campus, so I did think it was one fox until I showed up and saw like several foxes.
So now you don't think it's one
Yeah,
fox?
no.
Why do you think that he's not like just one fox?
Because it would be physically impossible to keep up them living here with it just being one.
Makes sense. And what do you think about the people who do think he's one fox? Why might they have that opinion?
I don't know why they have that opinion. I just think they should get educated more.
And an essential part of Lubbock?
It is now, yes.
Cool. All right, well, thank you for your interview, Kat.
You're welcome.
So I think what we can get from that interview with Kat is that even the namer of Perry has had both opinions on Perry being one fox or not. And even though factually there are multiple foxes on campus, everybody has their own opinions and their own valid reasons for why they believe that Perry is just one fox or not. So I think what really matters is that everybody has their own opinions on Perry, and most people know who Perry is, and most people love Perry. So I say that what we should really focus on is that Perry brings everybody closer together, especially the freshmen at Texas Tech. And really, I think that that is amazing. And life on campus at Texas Tech in Lubbock would not be the same without Perry.
Come here, Perry. It's okay.
It's okay. No, it's okay. No.